So a lot of people are upset that Bill Belichick is not going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. And the reason why this becomes such a big deal is because his legacy is at stake. You see, a lot of people like to argue and debate these type of topics all day online and on social media and on ESPN. And it's not so much they didn't get in, it's more about the people, or should I say the person that conspired to keep him out. Meet Bill Polian. He's arguably the greatest general manager in NFL history. Bill was known for taking teams that were absolutely terrible and making them great, quick, fast, and in a hurry. And all of his teams had three things in common: great coaches, great quarterbacks, and great offenses. Pay attention to that offense part because I'm going to circle back to that later. And Bill's teams were not just good, they were great. As a matter of fact, he rebuilt the Buffalo Bills, not these Buffalo Bills, these Buffalo Bills, from a 2-14 team to a Super Bowl team. And not just a Super Bowl team, but they went to 4 straight Super Bowls. I'm going to circle back to those Super Bowls here in a second. After the Bills, he went to the Carolina Panthers. And at the time, they were an expansion team. And in their inaugural season, he said, I'm going to build this into the fastest winning Super Bowl team. And he almost did it. Keyword, almost. Pay attention to that. In their second year of existence, they went to the NFC Championship and lost. And from the Panthers to the Colts. Let's put a bookmark at the Colts. I want to circle back to his time with the Bills. So like I said, they went to 4 straight Super Bowls, something that's probably never going to happen again. Now, even though it was a great accomplishment, 3 of those 4 Super Bowls, the Bills were significantly outmatched, and they got their doors blown off. But one of those Super Bowls was not only their best chance at winning, but they were also expected to win. And they almost did. But there was a last-second field goal that went wide right, and the Giants not only ended up winning, but everyone kept talking about how they were able to shut down the Bills' high-powered offense. And guess who the Giants' defensive coordinator was at the time? Bill Belichick. So now let's fast forward to Bill Polian's time with the Colts. So in the early 2000s, Bill Polian rebuilt the Colts. And remember, there's 3 things that are in common with all of his teams: a great coach, a great quarterback, and high-powered offenses. So we hired Tony Dungy, drafted Peyton Manning, and they ended up with one of the most prolific offenses in NFL history. Meanwhile, in New England, Bill Belichick, who's now the head coach of the New England Patriots, is also putting together a team. And this is where Bill Polian now has a problem. Remember when I said Bill Polian is known for putting together high-powered offenses? Well, Bill Belichick is known for shutting down high-powered offenses, like he did with Bill Polian when they met in the Super Bowl. And now they're in the same conference and have to consistently face each other to see who even has a chance to get to the Super Bowl. And I don't even have to tell you how those matches ended up. I can ask a couple of questions, and even a person who doesn't watch football probably can answer them. Who's a better quarterback, Tom Brady or Peyton Manning? Who's a better coach, Bill Belichick or Tony Dungy? Who has more Super Bowls, the Indianapolis Colts or the Patriots? And this right here is exactly where Bill Polian's problem lies. Bill Belichick prevented Bill Polian from winning multiple Super Bowls, which ended up tainting his legacy. And it would be one thing if Bill Belichick just won. It's how he ended up winning. Over time, Bill Belichick earned a certain nickname, Bill Belicheat. There were multiple allegations of Bill Belichick cheating, but the big one was called Spygate, where basically the Patriots were caught filming the other team's signals during their practices so then they could steal their signs. And there were other allegations. Peyton Manning accused the Patriots of bugging the Colts locker room. The Steelers said that every time they played the Patriots that their headsets just happened to go out during important moments during the game. And even though the Patriots did get in trouble for some of this cheating, they kept winning regardless. So now fast forward to present day. Bill Polian's retired, and not only is he in the Hall of Fame, he also gets a Hall of Fame vote. And Bill Polian is still one of the most respected people in the NFL. However, you can imagine his disdain having 1 Super Bowl ring and Bill Belichick being introduced to the Hall of Fame with 8. And some of those rings could have been yours had he not beat your team in the playoffs. Bill Polian is basically like, you tainted my legacy, so I'm about to taint yours. So allegedly, Bill Polian is in these Hall of Fame voter meetings, and he's basically like, all right, hey guys, I think that Bill Belichick deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, but not in the first ballot. I mean, he did do a lot of cheating. That's the reason why they call him Belicheat, right? Why don't we, as a collective, not vote him in? And allegedly, some people agreed and did not vote Bill Belichick in. And when they allegedly came up with this plan, I don't think that they thought that there was going to be this much backlash. Because most of the time when there's a Hall of Fame snub, People kind of argue about it and talk about it, but they don't make it that big of a deal. But this time, people are circling back and asking people who they voted for. And when they ask Bill Polian who he voted for, Bill's all of a sudden like, I don't remember who I voted for. And a lot of people are saying that people who didn't vote for Bill Belichick to get in should be held accountable. But what do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.